He's getting a little bit of a late start, but we're here uh, on the Ohio River. There's no place like home. Just got these baits ready, about to drop them down. Doing a little bit something a little different today. Anyone who usually watches, can you spot the difference? Alrighty, that one's dropped down. Oh, it's a little deeper here than I thought. Maybe there'll be some fish down there trying to keep cool in a deep hole. It's a little noisy right now, that barge. It's going upriver, so it's maxed out. Put our jinglings on there because we're always flapping our jaws and not paying attention. So with the bells on, we won't miss any bites. Alright, got that one. We got two down. Now we got to get the suspended one out the back. Just bear with me for a moment with the shaky camera. And once I get all the lines out, I'll sit still. Or at least I'll try to. Alright, this is our balloon setup, triple hook rig. We got 3 hooks, some swivels, some sinkers, and a balloon. This is the one that always goes out the back. This is the one we call number 3. So we got number 1, number 2, and then number 3. Once I set this pole down, the next time you guys hear them bells, that means there's a fish on. It's hard to cast it with that triple hook rig and the balloon, so I just stream the line out, Just give her a few yanks, loosen the drag for when a monster comes along. You just got to try not to get tangled up in that line like I just did. Alrighty. Now we hurry up and wait. Dang, I just about got a cramp again like yesterday. Just getting started. It's too early for leg cramps. I probably could use me a bottle of water. I tried to get a start earlier over there where I originally wanted to be, but the wind was blowing so quick it had us up in the bank in the weeds. So I pulled all the way over to this side, and now the wind changed and it's pushing us into this bank. But we should be all right because that point, the river's flowing south that way. The water's hitting that point and bouncing off of it. So in turn, we should also, bounce off of that point. If not, I'll just have to fire it up if it starts. Had some technical difficulties yesterday. How's everybody doing today? We got 11 people in here. Just started the stream. Welcome in. We got 1 like. Let's hit that double tap that screen. Yins can do it. Pow pow. On the mobile device, you double tap the screen and it will hit the like button automatically. Oh, getting a bite on the back. But it's probably just a little full channel cat. I'm not interested in them little bites. That balloon's got to go underwater. That's when I'll be interested. Well, y'all, I might have been wrong about the us hitting that point and it pushing us back out into the center because we're getting up in it. Maybe the wind will change in the next 10 seconds. We're dragging bottom. I'm gonna fire it up for a second. Bear with me with the sound. Hey, Cindy, what's up? It's good to see you in here. You working or off today? I just got out here. Well, yeah, we'll fire it up just to get away from the bank a little. If it starts. I actually worked on it this morning, so I think I fixed it. Well, I mean, I know I fixed it. But I had such a darn hard time with it the past couple days. It's hard to think that it's going to be that easy and that it's going to be fixed. You're off already. Heck yeah. It's a nice day out. You and Travis doing any fishing today? Well, I don't see a barge, but I think another one's coming because that one is way out of the channel. Like he's way more left than usual. So my guess is he's pulling over for another barge. But all we can do is fish until they get here. G Daddy, welcome in. I'm on the Ohio River. I was actually going to get out here this morning, like before noon, but work spent an hour looking for nuts and bolts to put this exhaust pipe on. It took 20 minutes to put the pipe on and an hour to find nuts and bolts. I need to restock my inventory. I had all thousands of nuts and bolts and washers, and they were all too big, way too big, or way too small. I had half the mind to get some pennies and start drilling those out for washers. But that would have took more time, so I just ran to the hardware store and bit the bullet and paid 40 cents a washer. Well, we ain't gonna catch nothing if I don't get baits in the water. See what I mean? I start talking. For anybody that just came in, we're doing something a little different today. Check that bait out. It matches the color of my boat. Red. Bombs away. It's a little deeper than I thought here. I might have to adjust that balloon. Alright, let's get these attached so we don't lose any more dock demons. We got a bite on the balloon. Being the fact that the line just wrapped around me, that usually means there's a bite. But like I said, until that balloon takes off or goes underwater, I'm not fooling with them little darn little ones. All right, let's get this line over my head on the other side. I said over my head, not on my head. That line was literally wrapped around my hat. All right, and same with the second one. We are dropping the bait down, suspended off bottom a couple feet. Welcome in. Looks like double the people. Went from 10 to 20. Cool. Chats are rolling too. G Daddy says, "Where are you at?" High River. I already answered that one. Bruce Wayne the Gray. How you doing? Says he's jelly. Looks like a great day for fishing. It is. Any day's a good day for fishing. But when you got these perfect weathers, it's even better. The only thing I'm not happy with is the pressure could be a little different. I mean, the weather channel said it's dropping slowly, but it's still what I consider high. All right, get that down on bottom. We got touchdown. These dock demons, I tell you, I'd do anything to get the originals. Look at that. The other dock demon doesn't do that. Dang it. Same thing happened yesterday. Well, we're going to have to fix that. All right. You guys can watch the balloon. Dang, do you guys hear that fish jump? If it was any closer, it would have landed in the boat. Welcome in, Red Ox. What have you caught? I just got started. Nothing. We got 3 yesterday. Yeah, I've been live for 10 minutes. But we did have a bite. There might even be something fooling with it. I got a triple hook rig under the balloon. I gotta get something to drink. I'm getting a little parched. Oh, these are nice and cool too, because they've been down in the dark. That must have been in there a while, because it kind of tastes like gas, like oil, like two-stroke mix. Yeah, I got 3 rods out. 2 suspended off the front Red Ox down near bottom, and then we got 1 under that balloon about halfway down the middle, the water column, about middle. We got some more likes. Thanks. And I greatly appreciate. I might as well just drink this thing. That definitely tastes like oil. Now I want to drink something else, get that taste out of my mouth. Throw this in the garbage. All right, I gotta fix this rod. Look at that. This is an exact repeat of yesterday. That's weird. That one little strip of land cleared. I mean, I guess it looks like it was done recent. I guess, I mean, a nice little place to walk down and fish, but that's pretty dang steep. A lot of times people get the idea they're putting some docks in at their property or their house, and that's about as far as they get. They cut a path down to the river and then realize how hard it is, or that they're not allowed. Probably what happened there, if I had to take a gander, because that's a big path to be just cutting to go fishing. Welcome in. We got some more people. Welcome in. Thanks for joining. If you want to see some fish caught, just keep on watching. And if you want to hear a bunch of talk about A through Z, keep on watching. No telling what we'll be talking about. Right now, I got to strip some line off this junky dock demon because they keep malfunctioning on me. They don't make them like they used to. It almost looks like y'all can watch that rod while I work on this, but it looks like the braid split in two, and when it was split, it got wrapped around the spool. Like, I don't even know. I don't even know how that happened. I can't even get it off. Look at that. There we go. Thank you, baby Jesus. Man, that sun is beating. Sitting here and got my legs kind of bent back like behind me, and that sun is burning on my back of my legs. All right, we got that one fixed. I'm about to have to fire up the engine and make a move again. Oh, if you get the line wrapped around these bells, forget about it. Telling you that right now. It's worse than any knot you've ever tried to get out in your life, trying to get the line, especially braid off them bells. All right, we're dragging bottom. Cranking this one up. Get this one retied. Oh, shoot. Alrighty. I'm going to get this tied real quick and then we're going to make the move. Actually, we don't have time to retie it. We're about to be up in the swamp. Oh, look at that carp. Did y'all see it? That thing was huge. Huge, huge. You guys probably can't see through that reflection. Come on, line. Get wrapped up. Because we got to fire up the engine. I hope it starts. Because if it don't start, we're going to be paddling again. Got some more people came in. Welcome in. Red Hawk City sub. Power Pro does not go very well with Zebco. This is actually, well, I'll wait till I move before I start talking. Ah, gosh darn it. I knew, I called it. When I seen that barge hugging the left, I said, I bet you there's another barge coming. And I didn't even see it. I'm usually aware. I mean, I kind of knew there was one coming from as far as that other barge got over. I was just about to go out into the middle until I seen that thing coming. When they're going southbound downriver and got the wind at their back, you won't hear them barges until they're on top of you. I'm kind of like upset at myself that I let that thing get that close to me without me getting eyes on it. Talk about your priorities not in order. Safety should be number one, and that's no joke. All right, we'll sit here off to the side till that big old barge goes by. We'll drop some lines down while we wait. Come on, swamp grass. That weeds and grass this time of year, it gets so bad on the river. Pretty soon I won't even be able to be out here with a jet drive, because that's how bad that grass and stuff will be. It'll be everywhere. What happens is that weeds grow in the water column all summer, thick and tall and healthy, and then we get drought and the water level drops, and all them weeds just float on the surface and die off, but they stay attached, and they create huge mats of grass and weeds that you can get trapped in. I got stranded 3 times last fall because of those dang weeds. And it's hard to tie this with the wind blowing the string. 1, 2. Lucky number 7, 7 times. Put that through there. And since it's braid, I couldn't tie a polymer knot because I already had the leader tied. I put 2 hitch knots just as safety. Alrighty, it's ready to be dropped down. Bombs away. Let's catch some catfish. We got more people in chat. Welcome in. I'm just getting started, getting lines down, getting ready to catch some catfish. I was getting ready to move out to the middle of the river, but then a big old barge said, no, you don't. All right. Where's my bell? There we go. Man, this dude don't need to be over this far. Like, he's just being rude. The channel marker. Look, there's the channel marker. Way over there in the middle screen. And he's all the way over here. Up my behind. See, some of them captains are cool, and then some are not. Because there's no need for him. I mean, he's got the whole channel. Like, even though I'm out of its way, it's still sketchy feeling because, I mean, the wind could change, my jet ski not start, or he not be paying attention, or question is, does he even know I'm here? Does he see me? Or is he watching YouTube? And we're off the side. I mean, look, hell, we're up in the weeds almost. We'll just sit here and Watch that balloon. See if we get a barge bite. Keep an eye on that barge since it's so close. See, that other barge went by. He was a mile away from me. No worries. This dude. Soon as he passes, I'm going to get right out where he is, where his wake is. Out in the middle. Because the wind keeps blowing us into this eastern bank. Anybody that just came in, we got two suspended off the front, off the bottom, couple feet, and then we got a third one, rod number 3, off the back. And we got a triple hook rig under that balloon. I'm so far up in the bank, I'm going to have to start the engine up before this barge even passes. If I got to crank these things up one more time, I might just go home, sit in the air conditioning. Now that's weird. Now, them barges do so many weird things with the water. I'm actually going upriver now. The wind's blowing downriver, but the water's flowing upriver just from all the water it's being displaced. They got that barge loaded. You usually never see the coal that high. Usually it's pretty much level with the brim. What's that one called? Yvonne Conway. Yee yee. Yvonne sounds foreign. Conway sounds country. I hear Conway and I think of Conway Twitty, or I got an ex too back way back had a name Conway. But the first thing that comes to mind is Conway Twitty. Most people in chat's probably too young to know who that is. Thumbs up if you know who Conway Twitty is. If anyone's ever interested in barges or what they look like inside or how they operate, there's a channel I recommend. It's called Mark Twain, like the author, but it's got an ED on the end. Mark Twain. He's a pilot up and down the Mississippi River, and it's pretty cool. They go up and down the river, and he shows all the ships that are docked and big Disney princess cruise ships that are docked, and uh, just all kind of informative and educational and entertaining things. And he goes live too from the pilot house, which I don't know how he even gets away with it, because you figured you get fired. That's like texting and driving, the ultimate texting and driving. All right, what's going on with chat? I ain't been reading chat much because I can't see it unless I take my glasses off. Vicious Monkey, welcome in. Heather Lansgren, hey, welcome in. Sub to me. Thank you. I appreciate it. Sub and hit that like button and the notification bell, and you guys can come fish with me whenever I'm out here and feel like having company. Lee Evans says barge bite. You're dang right, barge bite. Name of the river, Ian King says Ohio River. Ohio. Tasty Stewart says, I know Conway Twitty is. I'm 78 years. Yeah, you do. Those things are 80% computer driven. Lee Evans. Actually, if you watch Mark Twain, you may change your thoughts on those being computer driven. They got manual throttles, for the two engines. You got your two sticks. You got your flanking rudders for when you're going reverse. They're manually controlled, and You got your depth finders, tells you how deep it is, and you got your maps. Now they do have a lot of fancy electronics. Uh, their sonar screen, their radar, that's fancy, and then their mapping tracking program. They can create, like, say if the barge is here, they can create a 1 mile ring, a 2 mile ring, a half-mile ring around it. And then all them ships have the AIS satellite tracking on them, so they can actually see what ships are coming up and down the river, track their speeds, look at arrival times. I was watching it the other night, and there was a 40-foot speedboat coming down river, and he clocked that thing like 5 miles before it even got to him. He knew how fast it was going and everything. It's pretty wild. All right, I got distracted from talking in that barge. Got to move again. Bear with me. The sound will be a little ridiculous. Actually, I'm gonna reel this back one in so I can just goose it and get out there real quick instead of babying it and taking 2 minutes. I'm ready to catch some fish. I don't know about Jens, but I'm past due for a fish. Yeah, we were shallow. Look at all that swamp grass. Oh, I just hooked myself. That's not good. It is bad luck. I didn't know if you guys knew this, but it's bad luck to hook yourself on a Thursday. Well, that's out of the water. That's out of the water. All right. Everybody came in. We're about to make a move. It'll take 30 seconds. Oh, I better move this rod holder. Oh, shoot. I better start the engine, or we're going to suck up all that grass and be stuck. Don't fail me now, baby. All right. 30 seconds, y'all, and we'll be out in the middle. Oh, that wasn't even 30 seconds. More like 3 seconds. All right, let's catch some fish. Enough fooling around. Anybody that came in after the fact, we got two suspended off front and one out the back under a balloon midway in the water column. And we're doing something a little different today. Check that bait out. We got our hook, our rattle, our swivel, and our float, and our sinker, and our swivel, and our bead. Everybody that's watching, thank you. I appreciate it. The more people that come into these chats, the more people I get to talk to and meet some cool people on YouTube. I even do live fishing on other people's channels. People use the StreamYard, and you go up on panel, and you can join their stream and fish with like a dozen different people at the same time up on panel. It's pretty cool. All right, we're dropping the second rod number 2. The one on the starboard side is number 2. Or the one on the right is number 2. The one on the left is number 1. All right, next time I hear them bells, it's gonna be because of a fish. I'm not fooling with these no more. Ooh, my hat blew off on the rod. Audio might have sounded a little different the past couple minutes because the mic was on my back. I didn't even realize it till my head started burning because of the sun. All right, the front 2 are down. Oh, I just about fell off into the drink. Get some of this grass and weeds. I always wondered, what do you guys think? Does it matter? Shoot, I lost a piece of bait. Does it matter uh, with weeds and grass on your hook? Like, do the fish care? What's your thoughts on that? I always take the time and pick every little speck of grass and weeds off, mainly out of habit. But that's time wasted that you could be fishing. So do you guys think it matters if there's some weeds and grass on the bait? Or do you think them catfish don't give two hoots? They don't give a hootenanny. Is that even a word? Hootenanny? We got a little tangled up on the move, y'all. And bear with me for 1 second. I'll have it untangled. I'm never going to get it untangled if I don't get it away from them swivels. We got the two front ones down. So it may seem like I'm wasting time fooling with this tangle, but we got two rods down with bait. So we're fishing. Anybody that just came in, it may not look like it, but we're fishing, I promise you. So where's everybody from? We got a handful of people in here. Where are you viewing from on this lovely day? Well, depending on where you're viewing from, it may not be a lovely day. I thought I heard another barge for a second behind me. It's going to be expected because yesterday I didn't see a single barge. So today's payback for having a barge free day. I always find it interesting where people's from, where they're watching from. So to keep things interesting, type your state's abbreviations in chat. Let me know where you're from. And I'll tell you if I ever been there before or not. How about that? Chances are I haven't. Because I never been west of the Mississippi. Farthest west I've been is St. Louis. And it's kind of fitting for that to be as far west as I've been because that's real near back in the day. That's as far as most people traveled back in the horse and buggy days. Like, I think it was St. Joe, Missouri was like the last place you could stop to fill up your wagon with food and water and supplies before you hit the trail headed out west. I don't know how far. Does anyone in chat know how far St. Louis, Missouri, or St. Shoot, I just had a brain fart. I was thinking St. Louis and Missouri or Illinois, but it's Missouri. Pretty sure. Shows you how much I pay attention to the little stuff. But anyways, how far is St. Joe from St. Louis? I know St. Joe's in Missouri. Oh, I'd love to have anything to have a seat that swivels. Them new Sea-Doo jet skis. They got the swivel seat. That'd be so awesome to just be able to spin instead of struggling to turn around every time I need to get at this back rod. I should put more weight on here because we're going to be getting in some faster current when we get up under that up to the left. I hooked myself again. Dang it. Not on a Thursday. Alrighty. Yeah, that balloon one. This one catches most of the fish. Don't know why. Probably because there's 3 hooks on it. But it takes a little bit longer. Catches more fish, but it comes at a cost. And that cost is it takes a little bit longer to get out there. And to adjust my depth, I just slide that balloon wherever I want it. We're setting it about 15 feet. It's about halfway down the water column. There we go. Shoo, doggy. Shoo, little doggy. Good. It's getting away. Half the time that thing's like a dang magnet and it won't. I think it is sometimes. It gets charged with electricity and it gets stuck to the hull. It won't get away from the boat. But it's going good now. We'll let some line out. I've been neglecting chat. Sorry, y'all. I'm trying to just catch some fish. Ian King, welcome in. Beautiful looking river. Appreciate it. Yes, I am blessed. And believe it or not, this is a resource that most around here don't even give 2 hoots about. They still consider it. They're living in the past, thinking it's dirty and contaminated. And don't get me wrong, you're not drinking this water. And eating the fish, that's even tad questionable. But it's nothing like it used to. I mean, you couldn't even swim in this stuff 20, 30 years ago. But now it's come a long way. I mean, a lot of things have around here. Like this is a couple hours north of me, but the Cuyahoga Valley Scenic Railway up by Akron, it the Scenic Railway. And by the way, if you never went on that, they call it the CVSR, California, or I say California, Cuyahoga Valley Scenic Railway. If you've never been on that, you could take a short 30-minute trip or a long 4-hour trip, or even all night. Sometimes they have special things going on where you can ride the whole day or the whole night. But if you've never done that, it don't cost much, especially if you don't mind riding in the coach. It's like $15. I usually get the train cars that's got the tables and chairs and stuff, a little more comfortable. But anyways, if you've never done that and you're in the area, it's definitely highly recommended. But what I was saying is that railway goes through a state park, and part of that state park used to be a dump. Cars, batteries, oil, trash, tires, and they cleaned it up so much over the years. The river otters came back, the bald eagles came back, and you ride through that area and you never know how bad it was. It's actually very near the river that caught fire back in the day. Uh, Shoot, I can't think of the name of it. Burning River. There's even a beer name that Great Lakes Brewing Company has a beer called Burning River, and they named it after that river that caught fire because it was so contaminated. The whole river ignited. But anyways, that's how dirty this place was, and now it's full of otters and bald eagles and clean as can be. So things can change, but people think this river is still horrible like it used to be, and that's not the case. So people just don't utilize it like they should. BI in chat says, I catch anything yet? No, I have not. Been 45 minutes, it says I've been live, and half that time I spent dodging barges and moving out of the way, or having to reel up because the wind blew us into the bank. See, now the wind's doing what it did when I first got out here. I got right out in the middle of the river where I wanted, and it started blowing me into the western bank. So I fired the engine up and moved all the way over to the eastern bank, and the wind changed, and it was blowing us into that bank. But right now, I think we're alright. Even though it's blowing us back west, this current's pretty swift down through here, and that current should keep us in the channel. You guys see them rods? Yeah. Scroll back through chat, see if I missed anything. No? Anyways, y'all, we got all 3 rods out, and that means we should catch a fish. Oh, it's so nice. I should be working. Howdy. I should be working right now, but I got all my work done that I had to get done today. And there's not going to be many more nice days out like this. So I just couldn't help myself. I had to get out here. The weather patterns, like, everyone talks about how much they changed and this and that, but I really think the only thing that's changed really is the time frame. Like, we're kind of like a month behind, my opinion, compared to what we used to be. Like in the spring, when it's April, it's really like March weather. And in the fall, when it's September, it's really like August weather. But you take that into consideration and think of it that way, nothing's changed really. It's just like the seasons are like a month off compared to, because September used to be, 15 years ago, September was cold. You weren't wearing those shorts and swimming and boating. And now September is pretty much like summer, with the exception of the cool nights. It's a given. Can't dodge fall forever. We are moving along pretty swift. Alright, any second, one of these rods should almost get broken in half. Because that's what happens. Oh, we're dragging bottom on this one. See how that lines instead of being straight down? So we're going to fix that because we don't want snagged up. You know what? Maybe we're not dragging bottom. Maybe we're moving faster than I think we are. And I need more weight. And that's the one with the more weight. That's crazy. It's alright. I don't think the fish mind that the bait isn't straight down and it's on somewhat of an angle. I can still taste that gas and oil taste from that rod. I said that rod. That bottle. That bottle of water. I got a fishing rod down in there under the water. That's why I was thinking of that fishing rod. But that bottle of water I drank had like a oily taste, and I can still taste it. Welcome in, Bailey. Or what's that say? Faii. There's no L. Fahey? Fahey? Fay? Fay? I don't know. Anyways, they say hello. Welcome in. We're on the Ohio River chasing some fish. I actually thought I was going to have time to throw the cast net and get some shad. That was the plan. And then I went from all the time in the world to only a few hours. Well, I think like 4 hours I have. So we're using chicken. Some red colored chicken. Heather's giving a cat call here. Fishy kitty kitty. Meow. We need the pontoon Jody uh, dinner bell. Ring that bell, get them catfish to come to us. It's such a nice day. I love fishing, but I kind of part of me wish I was out here on an inner tube behind a boat, jumping the waves, or pulling someone trying to knock them off the tube. That's always fun. Oh, no fish jump. It's probably just out of cam. If I wasn't in this format and was in widescreen, y'all would have seen that. I was about to say something right before that fish jump. Before that fish so rudely interrupted me. Must not have been that important if I can't remember. I just hope today is not a repeat of yesterday. I got 3 fish yesterday, but they were hard earned. We had several hours put in on the water before we actually got anything in return. I usually start out in the back channel of the river because all that land you see is an island, and behind that is a back channel of the Ohio River that runs a couple miles. I usually start out there, and if I catch fish, great, I stay there. But the past few times I started there and got nothing and come out to the main channel where we're at now, and then I catch fish. So I just skipped the back channel today and came out here. But now, of course, I'm questioning that decision, thinking maybe the fish are. Well, I'll take that back. It's the main river. It's so big. It's not like the fish can just leave. But long story short, sometimes the bite is hot in the back channel. Sometimes the bite is hot out here on the main channel. But no matter what you do when you're fishing, you're usually going to question or doubt yourself if you're not catching fish instantly. Sure is a lovely day. From last to first, says River Monster incoming at Heather, and it's got the laughy cry face. I think I'm being laughed at. Hey, it ain't the first time. Yins can talk all the smack you want, because anyone who truly fishes knows how it goes. Unless you're in like a intercoastal place or the ocean, and there's just so many fish to where you cast and you catch something every time. But inland, this river, you just never know. Oh, we're getting a little bite on the back. Broad number 3. I almost don't even. I'm hesitant on calling these rods. Because really, is it technically a rod? I guess. The Dock Demons. I just bought a rod used, but it's my first catch the fever. It's a medium heavy. I think like 7 foot, 7'6". The white ones. Which I always thought the white ones were like the light trolling rods, but it says it's medium heavy. It's an old one though, like old. But that's a rod. I bought that. I only bought it because it was $50, but I didn't want to catch the fever. I've been wanting to get I use Shimano Triton downrigger rods for catfishing and dragon baits, and they're medium, but they're just a little too flimsy on the tip. They work great, but when if I'm dragging baits in a lake, they're fine. If I only got like an ounce of weight, but if I'm in the river and got 3 or 4 ounces, them Triton downrigger rods, the Shimano's, the tips are just constantly. And then when people were watching, they're like, "You got a bite, you got a bite, left rod, getting a bite." And I gotta tell them, "No, that's normal. It's just a sinker dragging over the bottom." Oh, got a fish, or we got a bite. Rod number 2 just had a bite. I'm surprised my bell didn't jingle. I need to adjust it. But anyways, I bought them that catch the fever rod just because it was on $50. I couldn't pass it up. But I've been wanting to get. We're still getting a little bite. I was at the Columbus Fishing Expo, and I had them meat hunter rods in my hand. And they got the handle is wrapped in paracord for the grip, and I fell in love with them. And I regret not buying some then and there, because now I get online and look, and the cost of the shipping, I'm kind of like waiting until I see them again somewhere in person. But I think that's just the rods I'm gonna replace the Shimano Titan downrigger rods with. Is them meat hunter rods. We might be dragging bottom now. We had a bite, and then yeah, we're dragging bottom. You know what? I'm gonna check that bait, because why's that bell? I adjusted that bell. There we go. Now it's changing. Oh, yep, it took our bait. You know how happy I am I reeled that up to check our bait. Nothing worse than trying to fish on credit. Alright, there's a bunch of people in chat. No one's talking. I go live so I can have someone to talk with. And I'm out here just drabbing away talking to myself. What's everybody's favorite fish to fish for? In chat. Bass, catfish, walleye, trout, salmon, snook. What do you guys fish for? What kind of fishermen do we have watching? I gotta get some more bait. Maybe if I can get it out. Here, let's just take that whole dang blasted bag out. We're in a good place, and we're smack schmiddle in the middle of the river, about to drift under this bridge. And we're in the channel. Cause look, there's the channel buoy. We're like smack middle in the channel. It's usually a good place to catch fish. This is the first time in my life that I use Jello chicken. Ever. Never, ever, ever. The main reason is because when I heard of people doing it, the first thing that come to mind is heck no. I don't want my hands all red and sticky. And look. So if we don't catch a dozen fish today off this stuff, I don't think I will ever be using it again. Cam the man says he's going fishing with his dad. Cool. What are you guys fishing for? Anything? Anything that bite? Multi-species? Heather says so far they catch perch, crappie, bullhead, catfish, bass, and bluegill. Fishing with your dad. Cool. That sounds like fun. You know, them are usually the most fun days when uh catching multi-species, you know, the day when just everything's biting and you're catching crappie, walleye, bass, white bass. Them are usually my funnest days. I mean, unless I catch like a PB flathead or blue cat, then obviously that's a good day. But just on average, I love the days when I just got one rod casting and you put that one bait on or that one lure and it's fire and you get a strike. You know, every other cast you're catching a fish to where you just quit counting. Them are the good old fishing trips. But you know, some of the best trips I had, I'd not caught a single fish. It just depends on the company you keep, you know. Oh, don't! There can't be a bass tournament. I hear him. Let's see if we can see him. Shoot, we're about to see him real good because they're coming my way. Like right at me. All right, they're turning. The way they shot out of there, I thought they were taking off for a bass tournament. catch one for me, dude. Oh, we got a fish. I like that guy's engine he had on there. He had an old Mercury on the back. It didn't match the boat, the period. We got our first fish. Putting a little bend on the dock demon. But look at the balloon. Is he going to pull the balloon under? It's trying. Let's reel it in before we lose it. Reel down on that puppy. There shouldn't be a bass tournament on a weekday at this time. That would be unprecedented. Dang, I had that balloon deeper than I thought. As I speak, the balloon is sliding down the line. And you just keep cranking it until it gets down to the swivel. Oh, that's a good one. Come here, little birdie. Come here, little kitty cat. Gotcha. Gotcha. He about got it in the eye. There we go. First fish. Let's turn around. Oh, I'm about to drop it. Oh, he wants free. If I was keeping him, that would be a good keeper. Let's let him go. All right, let's see if we can do that again. Oh, we got a fish on. Oh, it got off. We had a bite, but it got off. Better check my bait because it was on. The bell was jingling and the rod. Yep, it got me. Shoot, at least the action's picking up. Can't be mad about that. All right, let's get the balloon one out first since that's the one that usually produces. Oh, please don't get tangled in that airhead bungee. If you get a hook in this bungee, you'll be so upset. It is so hard to get the hooks out of that stuff. It's kind of like when you're hooked, you know, them rod covers, the rod sleeves, and then you get a hook through that stuff. It's kind of like that. Kind of exactly like that. Kind of how them Chinese or Indian finger traps as a kid, them things you stick your finger in, and when you pull, the weave gets tight, but then when you shove it together, the weave like bunches together and opens up. It's kind of like that. The hook goes through it, and that outer weave, you just cannot. The more you pull on the hook, the more tight it gets, and you just can't get it out. What state you in? Well, Ronan Mosley, you tell me what state you're in, and I'll tell you what state I'm in. How about that? Does that sound fair? If you had to guess, what state would you think I'm in? Shoot, I caught a big piece of bait. I thought I was putting it. See, I got on the bottom hook, I use a bigger hook, and then the top two, I use smaller hooks. But I caught a big piece of bait thinking it was going on a big hook. But it'll work. All right, we're gonna rebait this one first and drop it down. That way we can see how deep it is here, and then I'll know how deep to set my rod or my rod. I'll know how deep to set my balloon. J2 Cray says, "What's up, Curtis? Hey man, what's going on?" Ronan Mosley says he's in New York. I am in Ohio, fishing on the Ohio River on a tiny jet ski on the big old Ohio River, catching catfish. And now I can say that because I caught one fish. We're catching fish, y'all. Don't tell anyone how many. Just tell them we're catching fish. Alrighty. We got the bait, we got the hook, we got the rattle. Down it goes. Booms away. My fingers are sticky. I don't know why anyone in their right mind would want to use strawberry chicken. The only reason I used it is because I've seen it for so long, and been told to use it by so many people, and I just finally gave in, pretty much. Plus, I had a thing of strawberry jello sitting there from making carp pack bait. But there is some science behind this jello. A lot of people think it's just all the flavor, the strawberry. They like cherry, they like strawberry. That's not it. What it is the jello has jello's made of like ground bones, ground horse bones and stuff. People say, I don't know if it's horse bones, but I do know it's made of ground. The gelatin is ground bone. Well, them ground bones, they have proteins and amino acids that are similar to what's in the food that they're eating. So they sense, because their body's like one big tongue, they can sense them proteins or amino acids, and that jello has that in it. So they just recognize that as, hey, that's something that I usually eat or that I can eat. That's why chicken works too. It's got the same similar amino acids. But so far, the only fish came on my rod number 3, and rod number 3 does not have chicken. It's got mystery bait. Speaking of rod number 3, I almost forgot that it needed put out. Let's get that back out here. You can't catch a fish if it's not in the water. It's pretty deep here, so I gotta let a lot of line out. Each pull stretch of my arm is about 3 feet. All right, I think I let too much out, honestly. Aw, think that's gonna stay, or it's gonna rip. We'll ride. We'll let it ride. If it falls off, we'll go get it. Shoot, it looks like there's a fish on there already. That balloon's taking off. I hope it's not dragging bottom. Shouldn't be. We're in the middle of the channel. We're in like the deepest part of the river right now. If you try to do anything like I'm doing, you just got to make sure you don't get all this string tangled. The dock demons won't cast though with that 20-pound braid. I should have put like 10-pound braid. But I didn't want to lose a fish because I didn't have thick enough line. We're just fishing for fun. That's why I'm just using these little kitty dock demons. They're easy to throw in the bed of the truck. I can leave them back there indefinitely. Doesn't matter if they get rained on or wet. But don't get me wrong, if I lost a big fish, I'd still be bummed. Even though we're just out here jerking around. Neptune Red says he thinks it's collagen. I think you're right. Talking about the jello. I have no sound. Jerry522 in chat says I have no sound. Can someone give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down if I have sound or not? Because I should have sound. Oh. My mic's on. It's green. There's sound. Okay. Thank you, Rob Wilson. Jerry522, if you still can't hear me, it must be on your end. If you're still in here and still can't hear any sound, just exit, swipe the app closed and open it back up. And if you're on TV, like a Fire Stick or something, you might have to go into settings and manage applications and force stop the app to close it and then open it back up. That'll usually fix it. Oh, we got a fish. Fish on, fish on, fish on. No drag puller, but it's a fish. Oh, did it get off? Nope, it's still there. It's a little guy. Oh, it's taking some line. Stay buttoned up. People want to see you. You have an audience. The only thing about these little dock demons is it takes forever to get them reeled in. I don't know what the how many inches per crank. They don't advertise that. If I had to guess, it's probably like 2 inches per crank or something. Oh, it's a sturgeon. Psych. I was just thinking how cool it would be if it was a sturgeon. I've never caught a sturgeon, and they're in here too. But you got to fish for them. Never caught a paddlefish either, but they're in here. There's this one guy that fishes up at the dam. He caught 3 paddlefish in 1 year. And for some people, that might not be nothing because there's some places, I think like Missouri or Alabama, I forget, they fish for them specifically. They use like a snagging technique and they catch several in 1 day. But there are abundance of them and they're fishing for them. This guy up at our local dam, he wasn't, I think he's like walleye fishing or something. He caught him, which is unheard of. There we go. Let's turn around. It's a little dark, getting a little cloudy. There we go. That's a little better. Look at that color. Almost like a camouflage with, be another good keeper if we were keeping them. Just let them go. Back down to the depths. Fish number 2. Yo, 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 yo. For paddlefish, Raw Wilson, which is Southeast Kansas, has a snagging season on the Topa River. Yeah, I know there's some town. The Kansas might be what I was thinking of. Maybe it's not Missouri. Maybe it's Kansas. But they fish for them heavy. There will be like the bank will have dozens and dozens of guys casting out with these big old sinkers and treble hooks. They don't even use bait, which is questionable in my book. That's skirting the line of, I don't want to say illegal, but I question the ethics, but not really, because it's the only way you can catch them. From what I read, they only eat shoot, not algae, but plankton, zooplankton, pretty much like microscopic stuff. So no matter what you throw, they're not going to bite it. Unless you get lucky, like the guy at our local dam who caught 3 in one summer. So they have to use the sinker and the treble hook. But it's interesting. If you guys like watching fishing videos, there's a lot of people who do it in YouTube channels. But they use like a huge rod, like 10, 12, 15 feet, cast out like across the body of water to the other side of the lake or across the river. And they let it hit bottom, and then they just do this huge sweeping technique. Like they sweep, kind of like they're hitting a baseball, and then they crank and then sweep. And I guess you just do that until you snag a paddlefish, and then you hold on and get ready for the fight of your life. It'd be fun to catch them. I want to catch a sturgeon though, because people catch them with bait, fishing for walleye and stuff on accident. But you have to fish for them, just like walleye. I fished this river my whole life, decades, and never caught a walleye. I caught a sauger first, and then I'm like, wow, that's cool. That's fun. And there were some big ones too, mainly small ones, but some big ones mixed in. And then a guy was like, oh, wait till you get a walleye. They're 5 times bigger and better. And I'm like, for real? Because these sauger are pretty sweet. And he's like, no, just wait. And he wasn't kidding. I got my first walleye once I was trying to catch them. And that's like the most gratifying feeling in the world, to target a species and then to actually catch it, especially when it's in the same body of water you've been fishing for decades and you've never caught one in your life, just because you were never trying to. And then to try to catch one and get one, and it's like, wow, them fish been there all along. But that's what this, like the sturgeon, they're in here. If you guys want to see a big sturgeon, Two Stands, he's a YouTuber. He has a channel, Two Stands Fishing. He caught like a couple 100-pound sturgeon. I think he has a video of it too. This is all tangled. All right, there we go. All right, we're getting the triple hook rig out. Like I said, this is the one that always catches the fish. I can catch 10 fish under this bloom before I catch one up front. I do not understand it. Man, there's like no current right here right now. And why is that not sinking? There's weight on there. It's making no sense. Oh, I was like, why is that not? Oh, shoot, shoot! That about got pulled in. Holy cow. That's got to be a snag to get pulled like that. Dang it, dang. No, that's a fish, y'all. Anyways, I was saying, I was wondering why that balloon triple rig wasn't sinking. Well, one hook and one sinker was still in the boat. It wasn't in the water, and that's why it wasn't sinking. Shoot, look at them fish jumping right there. We got all kind of action. This is a good one. I just got to not break this reel because I already tweaked it last time I got a good one. That handle's bent. All right, I ain't been reading chat. Big treble hooks for paddlefish, Raw Wilson says. Oh, it got off. No, it didn't. Holy smokes! This might be bigger than my PB channel cat for jet ski. Not PB. I got a different category for PB for jet ski PBs. Y'all see that? That is an oh, don't get loose. Don't go in the jet. Don't go in the jet. Don't go in the jet. You know what? I'm just gonna slide him up here. All right, there we go. That's a good one, y'all. Look at that beast. That is a fatty. Open up. Say and I'll let you go real quick. Get them grips in there. Check that out. Look at that heft. Heck yeah. Oh, he's mad. Or she. I don't know how with channel cats. It's hard to tell. Woo. Look at that. Let me turn around. Get in the sun. Check that out. I can't even, my arms are fully extended and I can't get it out of the view of the camera to show the whole thing. This would be a good screenshot for a thumbnail with the bridges in the background. All right, y'all seen enough. I'm gonna let him go. That's awesome. Actually, I don't think I got my scales with me. I was gonna weigh them to see if it was better than my PB. I think it was like 9 pounds, or no, it was 7 pounds. Was the last big one. I don't think I got my scales with me though. Rob Wilson, one more time. Figure out the problem with the jet ski starting. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did. The original problem with my jet ski not starting was, oh yeah, I do got my scales. Not my digital ones. They get too wet on the jet ski, but I got the old D liars. What you know about that? But anyways, Rod, the jet ski, my original problem was a dead battery because I never charged it all summer, and the jet ski did a lot of sitting, so it discharged. But that was the original problem. After I put that in after charging and it still wouldn't start, what happened was there's a connection issue. At least I think it is, fingers crossed. I shouldn't be jinxing myself, but I'm pretty sure it's a connection issue. The on the positive and negative battery terminals, there's the little red the little red plastic boot that covers the terminal. Well, that rubber plastic got under the terminal. So when I tightened the terminal, that rubber boot was pinched in between the battery and the terminal. And then that rubber boot worked its way loose enough to let the terminals become loose. But anyways, I think I got it figured out. In case you guys are wondering, I got the fish in the water hanging off the side of the boat for all y'all that think a catfish can't be out of water for more than 10 seconds. As of now, we don't have any rods in the water. Well, we got one. More bass boats. I don't think it's a tournament, but they must be having like a little shindig of their own. You know, just friends getting together or something. I'm trying to get this. I got it untangled. I got this line tangled up so much. Got it wrapped around my feet. Anyways, we're gonna wait on this guy. That's a beautiful fish. Beautiful. Rod Wilson said he's had cats out of the water for a while and they were fine. Oh yeah, I know they're fine. I've been to fish markets with catfish on ice and they've been there all day and them things are still breathing. Alright, he's rejuvenated enough. Let's get a weight on him. Anybody want to guess the weight? Put your guesses in and then I'll show you. 5 pounds. That's good for that other one was 7, so not as big as the jet ski PB, but it's a good one. Let's check the inches. It is 26 inches. All right, we're gonna let it go. Dang, it's ready to fight, or it is fighting. Let go. Let go. Oh, it ain't even opened all the way. All right, let go. I don't know what these fish are eating, but that one's got a bloody bum too. I caught one yesterday and it was actually dripping blood out of its hoo ha. I thought maybe it was like trying to pass a hook or something, but all right, it's gone. But it might be I don't know, maybe they're eating shells or something or mussels. All right, let's quit chatting and get these rods back in the water. Put these D-lyre scales away. Don't want to lose them. I found these at the flea market. I actually bought, there's two of them. I bought both pairs because to me that stuff's priceless. You can't buy stuff like that no more. Not the old original Zebco stuff. The good old made in the USA Zebco and Shakespeare. That stuff to me is priceless. Well, I gotta hurry up and get these lines in the water because we're getting ready. I don't want to go under this bridge and not have all my lines in the water. B, get away from, get out of my soda. Get, B, get. I know the camera's all shaky. Just bear with me for a second while I get my lines situated. I got my line tangled. My line is tangled around the dang fish grips. All right, I got them untangled. Jeez Louise, I tell you. All right, guys, you gotta hold up for like 30 seconds. I gotta kill this camera and mic. I got my line wrapped around one of the tie down hooks on the back of the jet ski, and I gotta like hunch over and get it, and I'm gonna be grunting and making all kind of funny sounds and out of breath. But anyways, and I'm scared I'm gonna drop my camera in the water, so I gotta take it off. But give me about 30 seconds. I'll be right back. I almost got it. Alrighty, got it untangled. Man, look at that traffic up on that bridge. I'm glad I'm not sitting in that. Alright, we're untangled. We got one, two. We need one more piece of bait for the triple hook rig. Because it ain't a triple hook rig if it don't have triple the bait. I don't know if you guys can hear everything. It sounds like all heck's breaking loose. We got street bikes and motorcycles ripping full throttle. We got ambulances, got police cars, got semi truck Jake brakes. I hope you guys can't hear it because, like, it's noisy. It sounds like we're in the big city. I'm kind of bummed at myself that I didn't have all three poles in the water for the past 20 minutes because the bite was hot. All right, we got that one out there. All right, it's out there. Triple hook rig is in action. One day I was going to drop this in here and I fumbled it and I let go of the rod and it went right into the water. I almost did it again just now. That's what got me reminded of it. All right, triple hook rig is in action. Put my scissors and crap away. All right, let's check these ones. I haven't checked this bait in a while. BI and chat, catch anything? Yes, I did. I just caught a nice channel cat, my second best one off the jet ski. Not my PB, but I've been keeping track of jet ski PBs just for fun. Dang, we're about to hit that pier. Hey, I think we got a bite. Yeah, we got another fish. We're getting a bite. Oh, yeah, we got one. Let me check this one real quick so we can at least have one rod. All right, that's still got bait on it. Drop that back down. I want to reel this fish in off the back, but I got to start the engine up because we're about to hit this pier. Oh, we might clear it. But I don't want to get near that with the current. If I get up against it, oh, I got to find my keys. It's coming quick. Because if we get up against it and don't bounce off of it, we could get tipped over. Oh, shoot. All right, got my keys. Oh, we stalled. No, no, no. All right, we're clear. We're clear. This rod fell over when I was making a move. All right. We got 2 rods out. Oh shoot, I forgot there's a fish on that back one. At least I think there is. I might be wrong. It's reeling pretty easy. Either way, I need to check my bait. Seems like every time I go into this bridge, my baits aren't in the water. It's usually a real good spot. All right, we got 1, 2, 3. All right, we're good. There was a fish on it. I don't know what happened. Well, I know what happened. I was fooling around up front. All right, we'll put that one back. Oh, shoot. I lost my balloon. All right, you guys are going to have to bear with me. We got to go chase a balloon. Gotcha. All right, we're just going to blow up another new one. We got a fish, I think. We either got a fish or we got a snag. But this back one. Oh, it's just dragging bottom. It must get shallow near that bridge piling. I know I've been saying I'm going to sit still for the past 20 minutes, probably 30 minutes. But it's just not allowing it. All right. Cut this balloon off without cutting my line. Wham bam. Then we get a nutter. We got any colored balloons in here? Yeah, we got some colored ones. Looks like we're going to be rolling with pink because that's the last one in the bag. You guys can probably see it better than them white ones. Sun's coming back out. All right, there goes the triple hook rig back down to the depths. That's sinking way too slow for my liking. I wish I had more weight on there. Low power mode. I forgot I wasn't plugged in. I'm not even gonna plug the charger in and stuff because I gotta be going soon. So we'll fish for 20, 30 more minutes or until my phone dies. All right, there goes the balloon out and away from the boat, just like I like. All right, got our bell on. Oh, I spilled my drink. Dang it. And I don't want to drink it because I don't know how much of it's actually drink and how much of it's actually river water. How I was talking about drilling holes in this to put the Scotty rod holders on, I would also have a cup holder because you can swap out the accessories. You can put a cutting board on it, rod holder, uh, anything, camera holder. There's all kind of attachments for the Scotties. All right, we're minutes away from me sitting still. All right, we're going under the next bridge. How many fish did I catch? For the some people that's been watching for the long haul, I can't remember if it was 2 or 3. All right, we're about to get the second rod out. Get some bait. I had to rebait. You guys can watch that rod. Let me know if we get a bite. I know it sounds like we're getting a bite on the back rod, but sounding like and actually getting a bite. Usually, I don't like filling the hook with the gap, because you mess up your hookup rate. But that chicken is so like mushy and soft, it don't matter. If a fish bites it, they're getting hooked. You know what? We stop. Every time I gotta quit fishing and run out of time, it's always at the exact same point right here at the wharf. Yesterday, there's a dude that jumped. Some people in chat probably have seen it. Jumped, swan dived off that wharf into the water. And this is some sketchy water to be swimming in. I couldn't believe it. I never seen anyone swim there in my life. But he did. But anyways, like I was saying, every time I run out of time and have to quit fishing, it's always right here. We've never drifted. And there's a creek that comes out, a big creek. It's actually called Big Wheeling Creek. It comes out right there, and we never, it's a sweet spot. And I never get to, I got to drift past that creek in the boat like last week, but didn't do any good. But next time I come out here and fish on the jet ski, every few seconds it keeps saying reconnect. Probably because it's 5 o'clock and everybody's on the internet and using their phones, and it's a bandwidth problem. Keep saying, I don't know if it's cutting out on your guys' end, but on my end it keeps saying reconnect, reconnect. Here, fishy, fishy, kitty, kitty. Well, I think I'm gonna be a fibber, y'all. I said I wasn't gonna plug my phone in, but now I get thinking on it. Me having starting problems, I don't want to be out here on the water with no cell phone. Not like I could call anybody anyways to come get me, but it's besides the fact. I kind of want to have a phone. I got another water down in the hall, but that last one tasted like gosh darn oil. I got half the mind to not even try this one because that last one, I still taste the oily taste in my mouth. All right, I'm plugging this phone in. Still ain't fishing much longer, but I'm just plugged. Oh! Dang it! I dropped it in the water. Well, not in the water, but down there where there's water and Mountain Dew. We're getting a bite on the back. Might even have a fish on the back as soon as I get this phone plugged in. We'll take a gander. Gander. You guys remember that store? Gander Mountain? Do they still have Gander Mountains? All the ones around me closed down. I just kind of assumed all the Gander Mountains closed down. Alrighty, we're plugged in and we're not charging. We're plugged in, USB out. We're still not charging. What the what? Yeah. Oh, it probably ain't charging because I dropped it in the water. Yeah, we got a fish on that back one. This charger worked yesterday. I don't understand it. I gotta plug it in. It goes through this microphone receiver. And when I first got it, it didn't charge, but then it started charging all of a sudden one day. It worked yesterday, but now when I plug this end in, it just won't charge. I mean, I did drop it in the water, but I always drop them in the water. I usually just take the end like this and give it a little whoop-de-woo, blow in it, plug it in, and it works. But today, we got power. We're plugged in here. We're plugged in here, and we still ain't charging. What the what? That's so irritating. You buy stuff, you expect it to work, and it don't. Makes no sense. Oh well. I gotta get going soon, anyways. And I did drop it in the water. Alright, I'm gonna reel this fish in the back before it gets off. It's been out there fighting for a while. Oh, it's pulling a little drag. Hey, we got more likes than we got people viewing. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. The views went down, or the viewers. It says there's only 26 people in here, but we got 35 likes. That's pretty cool. If you're in here and watching and like it, remember to hit that like button. And if you want to see more jet ski fishing, we're about to wrap it up for today. But hit that subscribe and notification bell, because I'm not gonna have much more nice weather like this for the year. So I'm trying to get out here as much as I can before I have to put the jet skis away for the winter. Oh, it's fighting. Dang, I had that deeper than I thought. I see some color. Y'all see the color? Just a little guy. Don't sting me. Littlest fish of the day. But hey, that's alright. We had a good day. Good day. Got a little pudge on him. A little pudgy pudge. Channel cat. For anybody watching that don't know. It's pretty obvious to most, but I'm sure there's some people in here that might not have them where they live. Thank you, Heather. Anyways, we'll let that guy go. Or gal. I don't judge. Ooh, that was a quick release. Alright. What time is it? Yep. I gotta get going. We'll give these front two rods a few more minutes. See if anything pops off. And then I got a boogie. Boot, scoot, and boogie. I kind of wish I didn't just tie this balloon on since I'm leaving. I didn't really realize what time it was. I don't think when I decided to retie that. At nighttime, I put a light inside these balloons. I fish on my boat, and if I'm doing a all suspended bait, I'll put a red and a white and a blue balloon with red, white, and blue lights in them, and I'll have them out the back of the boat, and you can see them real good. So if that sounds interesting or like you want to watch it, subscribe. If you're watching this after the fact, same thing goes. Hit the subscribe button if you want to see more. But I'm gonna wrap this one up. The triple hook rig put in work today. The Dock Demon put in work today. It got all 3 or 4 fish. We got either 3 or 4. The front two, nada. Actually, the strawberry chicken, nada. I'll use what I have left in that bag, and I will never do strawberry chicken again. I just had that strawberry sitting on the counter from making some carp bait, and the chicken was there, and the strawberries there, and one thing led to another. Next thing you know, I got a bag full of strawberry jello chicken, and it didn't catch a darn thing. Makes me wonder if I wouldn't have put jello on it and just had plain old chicken if we would have caught stuff on the front rods. Low battery. Low battery, 10%. If the screen froze, that's why. Hey, Don R. I didn't see you come in, but I did see someone say hi to you. So hello, Don R. I kind of want to do a test. How I said this, the rig with the balloon with the bait suspended under it always catches all the fish. I kind of want to next time out here on the jet ski put balloons on all the rods and see if the front ones start catching fish, because it's always this back balloon one that catches them. Here's a little tip: if you're ever if you're using a balloon, whether you're on a boat or jet ski, and you plan on fishing later or the next day, and you keep it on there, instead of reeling it all the way up to the tip like that, then it's going to be blown in the wind and spinning, and this balloon will actually spin and spin and spin in the wind until it breaks the line, especially if you're in a boat and on the highway. But what I do, well, look, I already got it all twisted trying to show you. But what I do is, dang it, I got it tangled trying to give an example. I should have just gave a verbal example, not a physical example. Anyways, what I do is I take it from the tip, I'll bring it down here by the handle. And on these little rods, it don't matter much, but when you're talking a 7, 8 foot rod, you don't want this balloon up in the air flying around. It'll jack your line and break it. But I crank it down here and bring it around the reel seat. That way it's down, out of the wind. Nothing's biting on them front two. I don't know. There's bait on them because I just checked them. And then about the balloon tip being down there, some of y'all might think, well, why go through all that trouble? Why not just put the rod upside down in the boat or the truck or the bed? You don't ever want the heavy part of your rod and reel sticking up in the air. They catch too much wind and they're top heavy and they will blow out. You want this piece sticking up in the air so it has the least wind resistance. And I know this from I've experienced it. I lost 6 or 7 fishing poles one day going out to the lake. I get all the way to the lake, like an hour drive, and go to get the rods out of my John boat, and they're gone. I'm like, my heart instantly sinks into my stomach, and get that feeling. And my first thought was someone stole 'em, like someone stole 'em. How or when? I'm like, I got gas, someone must. But then I realized like they didn't have time. I keep an eye on my truck when I go inside, and like I did that day, and I was like realized like no one stole them. They blew out of the boat. Dang! I was trying to pull this down to the eye to hook it to put it away, and it broke. I'm glad it broke now and not when we're hooked up on a good fish. But anyways, they blew out of my boat, all of them, and I had them all bundled together with the rod bundles, like these little Velcro things. Uh, had them all bundled together. So that was mistake one. And mistake two was I had those rod. Uh, Mistake two was I had those rod covers and protective sleeves over them, and they were sticking up in the wind enough. About, well, I'm getting phone calls and my phone's about to die. So I'm going to end it, guys. We caught some fish. We chatted, had a good time. And, anyways, catch you guys later. I'm surprised my phone's not ringing again. Usually, the person that called it usually call and call and call and call and call until I answer. Usually, if someone don't pick up on the first or second try, they're probably busy. But some people don't get the hint and they'll just keep calling. I'm very surprised that the phone didn't keep going. They only called twice. Maybe they're learning. I was trying to get that American flag, but the wind ain't cooperating. Anyways, catch y'all on the next time. Yins be good, or be good at it. Everybody at watch, thank you. Hey, Uncle Donor, I will message Eric B. I actually wanted to ask my son first if he wanted to do the tournament because I'm gonna have him that night. Uh, so I gotta ask a 10-year-old, do you want to sit home on your tablet playing Minecraft or Roblox, or do you want to go fishing? Nah, he'll probably want to go. We ain't been out. It's been a couple weeks since we went. But anyways, catch you later. Everybody, thank you for watching. See you next time.